Good to see everyone.
Nice.
Thank you all for coming. We were getting a little shaky there for a while. Roll call, I'll do that. It's myself, Erica, Nick, Liz, and Dave. That's all, I guess, right? You don't expect it.
Yeah.
And seeing that, we have no public questions or comment because there are no public. We have no guests. So we're down with the staff report.
Right, and I apologize that I didn't get a written report out.
That's okay.
Naturally, I should do a good job, so I just didn't do it.
It can happen, you know.
Shame on you.
Anyway.
That's going on your permanent record. I'm an old teacher.
It kind of, I don't know, it really messed me up. It's just such a busy time of year too, so. Anyway, I did write down some notes to talk about with you guys. Our social media is continuing to go up. We had a really good month. I think probably because I put out the kind of posts people really like to see are things like, I mean, I don't know if you guys follow any of our social media. I don't do social media in my personal life, so I'm not gonna follow you if you don't. I do it for work only. But I did a post on the event we did for the piano, and that got a lot of traction. I also did a post on the landscaping that we've been doing downtown, and that post got a lot of traction.
Great.
And,
Looks great. Piano looks great.
Yeah,
yeah,
came out great.
That clear coat really put a lot
Yeah.
out to it.
Yeah, that was expertly done.
I thought the event came out nice. We had a respectable crowd. You know, we had 4 commission members there, Dave, Liz, Erica and Susan. And thanks to Erica and Susan for doing 3 coats of clear coats. And Lisa for helping to set up and clean up on the day, and also for arranging for the piano player. He did a great job. And despite the fact that I almost had a nervous breakdown because I couldn't get a hold of anybody at the dance studio.
Yeah.
They were there, they gave a little mini dance lesson. They've been covering the piano. I'm gonna have them take it in for the winter, and then we'll bring it out again in May. So they're thrilled to have it there. And that artist was there, and she had a lot of her family there. They were really happy. And the person who donated the piano happens to be a photographer.
Wow.
And he took pictures and then sent me all the pictures.
Oh, wow.
So
Oh,
it was
great.
really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
They were,
That's your cousin?
My cousin's, it was her fiance's piano. They got married,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, he takes pictures too.
Oh, great. Yeah, they were very nice.
They're cute
Yeah.
couple.
yeah, so that was awesome. So I thought it went well. The first selectman was there, said a few words. Let's see. So this month I submitted a small grant with the Garden Club to Connecticut Main Street Center. They have this new program that's sponsored by a few of the utility companies, and you can apply for like a small project on your Main Street. The Garden Club approached me. They're looking for some other ways to contribute on Main Street other than the center median, because for some of their older members, that's a little too high maintenance of a project. And so we identified 3 areas on Main Street that could use some zhuzhing, and at least one of them or 2 of them were identified during our walk down Main Street. And then the area around the street trees that this commission has actually brought up from time to time, and how it's not consistent. That area is also going to be focused on. And what we decided with the Garden Club is they would maintain the 3 bigger spots that we identified downtown, one of which is like on the corner of Sheffield Street here, if you notice, like a weedy and roughy looking. And then there's a couple not unkempt, but not anything special spots near Porter Plaza, which we're gonna kind of zhuzh up to match like all the nice landscaping we do there. And then for the street tree portion, we're gonna recruit Main Street businesses to adopt them. And the garden club is going to curate a list of plants that would do well there and sell them at cost to the adopting businesses through their May sale. And everybody who participates will get a watering can with the old Saybrook logo sticker on it. So that's the plan. If we get the grant, it was like $3,800 that we asked for, cover mulch, dirt, plants for the bigger areas and the watering cans and such. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, so that's that. Starlight Festival is coming up in just a few weeks. If anyone has the desire to take some posters and flyers, if you frequent places where you think they could be put up, please take some before you go. We're going to be decorating the town November 20th and 21st with Public Works and the Garden Club. The lighting, holiday lighting committee has also talked about putting together a recognition program for people who decorate with lighting, like businesses that decorate with lighting, but sort of similar to what the Garden Club does with their street planting program, if any of you are familiar with that. But I don't think that we can get it done this year. The project finished probably. But we have asked.
I see some of the stores with lights already. I
Yeah.
mean, especially this block here. Yeah,
It's the Cartier store,
yeah,
oh, they're good.
yeah, the sunglass store and the one
Saybrook,
next to it, yeah.
Home too has been putting a lot of stuff.
Memories,
Yeah,
memories
the
does a
trees are
nice.
up on the roof.
Yeah. I did ask all Main Street businesses to stick with our warm white lighting theme if possible. The town is going to have all warm white lighting this year so that we can have like a cohesive, old fashioned New England feel. That's what we're going for with a nautical twist, you know.
Is it a secret of, I think you mentioned that you were getting a new figurine of some sort on the green here with the sailboat and the.
No new things
No.
on the green this year yet, but we're replacing the lighting down the center of Main Street. That's all gonna go to warm white. And then we're gonna do all the light posts down North Main. Originally, every other one was gonna have like a snowflake on it, but we don't have a budget for that this year, so. let's see what's going on.
So what is Connection Park on Main Street?
It's right across the street here, behind the pickleball courts.
Okay, I was just looking through the notes and I thought, is that a decoration spot or no?
Well, we have a couple of the lampposts in front of it. We'll have garland and bows, which we've had, but I mean, it's off Main Street,
Right.
so I think it would kind of probably be a waste of our efforts, unfortunately. So, yeah.
That area is probably not frequented too much in off pickleball season.
Yeah, and if you have noticed, actually, all the new landscaping was installed there though. And then in the summer, it will be a pollinator garden. And there's now one big area of the roses that will bloom together. There's an area of azaleas, and then there'll be some annual color that gets put in. I don't know if they put any daffodils in there, but up at the head of Main Street where the chamber is, there's now going to be a huge daffodil display in the
Nice.
spring. And then we'll do the town hall in the spring with landscaping, but really just trying to zhuzh up the whole downtown and have regular maintenance of it. So I think it'll be really, really nice.
Yeah, it sounds terrific.
And then, of course, if we get this grant to like coordinate all of the stuff along the street with the businesses, I just think it's really, it seems like everything is just coming together at once. I'm sure you've noticed that the crosswalks are well
Yeah.
underway finally.
Mhm.
We'll start planning to celebrate Saybrook next week. just waiting for a schedule with Miranda Creative on the town branding. I got them some information they were waiting for from me, so we'll move forward with that. They're-
So I have a question about Miranda Creative's report.
Yep.
They said they had 3,569 clicks, 479,961 impressions. How do impressions and clicks connect with each other?
So impressions are how many times something is visually presented. A click is when somebody actually interacted with the post and took a step. Like they clicked on a link or something.
Okay, so they click on a link, right? And then do they do impressions after that, or are impressions part of, after they click, they go to different places on the site?
No, I
Okay,
think the impression is just like when it's presented to them, how many times they've had an opportunity to see the information and or then be converted into something more. Um. I don't know if I wanna have a- the other thing I wanted to ask is, so, there is an artist, application in your packet, which I have forgotten that I had. So we do need to review that and see if, this is someone who want to accept for an upcoming exhibit. But also I'm not giving up on whether or not maybe we have an America 250 art exhibit. And so I was wondering, I did ask the Historical Society. They didn't really bite.
really?
So,
I thought they'd go for
They
that.
I don't think they really have like, I don't know.
It's
Whatever.
not, they're always long when you say, when people say it's 70 feet. So
Oh.
you just say, you don't have to obviously fill it the whole thing, but it's a long hallway and I just can imagine they're kind of probably, I'm sure they're busy too.
Yeah.
With the 250.
Yeah.
But the school, it is like crickets over there. It's like, like, I don't think it'd be cute having each of the schools, the kids that want to do it.
Yeah.
Put something up for America 250.
I'm wondering if, so this was an idea that I thought of recently, I mean, is if we did a solicitation, what does independence mean to you? Like submit a piece of art, submit a photograph, has to be framed already.
Oh,
I don't
we have
know.
a price?
Yeah, we could have a
I-
price.
That seems to get people more interested, do like, first, second, third or something.
Or I'm open to whatever theme you want, but I just thought, since we're signing the Declaration of Independence, maybe we could say, what does independence mean to you? I don't know. So if we want to actually, since proactively solicit a theme of our choice that we think relates to it and see if we can get enough people to submit a frame piece. It's a little more work than we normally have to do though, so I'm not gonna do it unless there's a committee of people who wanna do it too. No pressure.
Gentlemen.
You can think about it if you
How
want.
many commissions?
We can talk about it at the next meeting if, anyway.
Honestly, I really do also work.
Yeah.
Especially since I doubled my number for next year.
But that's my report, unless anyone has any questions.
Seeing none. We'll go to the regular business and start off with someone who would make a motion to approve the October 9th minutes.
Make a motion to approve
Next.
the October 9th minutes.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay. And you need a few minutes to review it. Take a few minutes. Okay. Okay, if everybody's okay. All in favor of approving the minutes of the October
Aye.
9th?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. No abstentions, no negatives, okay, so that's of course, oh yeah, you might have something here under correspondence and announcements.
Well, I thought we'd maybe do the art thing, do that.
All of these pictures, actually her work, her work, it's 3D. It looks flat on these pictures, but I can tell you that tree, she uses all kinds of like household type items and weird things to get this 3D, that three-dimensional artwork. It doesn't, there's pretty colors here, but it doesn't show what it really looks like. It is. I
If
saw
you
it-
look at it online, I think you can see the depth more than the pictures.
Oh, and her colors were just amazing.
Hmm.
I like.
I like the sunflowers,
Yeah.
they really
We do
jump
have
out
a
at you,
grade
yeah.
2026 opening, so.
Yep. That's okay. I do have one comment
Yes.
on the form. We need to change the email address to the bottom of it.
Yes. Yes, I guess we do.
Do we need a motion to,
I'll make a motion to accept it for the January.
for the January?
to April.
Okay,
I'll second that.
second.
All
Okay.
right.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
So in keeping with the fact that we are only using our marketing hours quarterly for a personal report, you just have the written reports in here. About the past months and the past quarter. So you can see what, you know, ads they were using for the fall. I did ask them to put a few dollars to promoting the Main Street Pumpkin Festival because I thought it was important to support, the Main Street business community and help to get bodies down there for that. And from what I hear, the event was well received and the people who sponsored it were very happy with it and plan to do it again next year. So great.
I do have a question on, on the back where, and we talked about the cities that we're hitting. And we know Bloomfield's really just where there is a tower. What is the town underneath Bloomfield?
That's a good question.
So, Boren City.
I think we are. There's some pressure.
Well, this, if you look at one of the other ones, was Singapore.
Okay, well, I just was, the Bloomfield used to get me, like, how many people from Bloomfield are, yeah, but, okay.
Yeah, I can ask them about that.
Yeah, fun, this.
Very interesting. Like that Lin Zhao or however you pronounce it. It appears on both of them.
Newark, isn't it? Jersey? Oh, wow.
I think on Newark.
We, no, we.
Lanzhou is a city in China.
Yep.
City in China.
And you can think specifically of the one in Singapore you mentioned.
Yeah.
Like, how do those end up on our report?
It's just where these people are. I don't know. All I know is every once in a while, I'll log in and I'll do the two-factor authentication. It says I'm logging in from Bloomfield.
Maybe you're the guy.
Maybe.
Okay. So we kind of took that under correspondence and announcement. So we got a monthly marketing report now. So we have any questions on that other than?
They're
No?
gonna do Starlight, they're gonna advertise with, put
Yeah,
it down.
yeah, they've already started digital marketing on that. I have all that collateral for that. Yeah, so that's all underway.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll go to new business and you're gonna talk about the FY 27 budget.
Yeah, so I mean, in general, the budget is gonna be similar. I don't know why they didn't give me one. Usually they give me one. But they didn't this year, so, there's not anything earth shattering in our, change to our regular expenses. Though I have been keeping, a tally of some of the resources that we now need to maintain the infrastructure that we've created. For example, right now we have, six domain names that we're paying for, which is $90 a year in for those. We have a web hosting fee for our website, and that price may go up a little bit because we're adding pages. We have our annual fee that we pay to Timely for the community calendar. And then, as you know, we have one more calendar year, which is actually through this fiscal year and the first half of next fiscal year, where we still have ARPA dollars to spend, which we are applying all of those right now to our retainer fee for Miranda Green.
So
So,
our fiscal year is what, July 1?
yeah,
So that would take us to the end of 2020, that would take us to
November 31st of 2026.
no, you're talking about. You're saying that right now we're working on the 2020, still on the 25, 26 budget, right? So this budget year will start July 1. So if you're saying there's a year and a half left, would that take us
The 27.
to December 27, which would be half, no, half of the next fiscal year?
so we have money through December 2026, which is the first half of this coming up, this fiscal year 27 year.
Oh, okay,
Of fiscal 27.
okay.
So, we've talked about the fact that we want to continuously build up our marketing budget because it's not going to be adequate to support our needs. I think it was 1 or 2 years, we added a little bit to it. Then last year, instead, we added to the hours for this, the executive director position. And so this year, I think we need to go back, and I would recommend we ask for $10,000 to be added, with a contingency that we consider also adding another $10,000 next year to the fiscal year budget.
So you would add 10,000 to the 26-27 budget and then the 27-28?
That's
Jennifer,
my
how many hours a week are you working now?
37.
Okay, so it's okay, really full-time.
Yeah.
And you get like retirement, healthcare benefits.
Yes.
Good, okay.
So I really want to shore up that marketing line. While we have momentum, and I think the Board of Finance, a bunch of people flipped on it this time around, so there's gonna be a little more of a learning curve this time. We were kind of in a groove with them where they understood where we were going and what we were doing, so gonna have to, backpedal and do a little work again, but I think that people have been happy with the results and are starting to understand the investment we've made and that we should continue to do that. We will need to, even if we don't maintain everything at the exact levels that we are, we're still gonna need more to do what we need to do. So that's my recommendation. I don't know how anyone else feels about it, but, you know,
So let us know when we have to be at the meeting.
yeah. Yeah, oh, I forgot to write down the date. I am presenting in December, actually, and I can't remember what date that is off the top of my head. I meant to tell you
All right,
guys.
well.
Yeah.
Throw it out. We'll put it on.
I mean, I'll
Oh.
meet with, Carl and Leanne,
Is it-
before that presentation and letting them know that that's what we'd be asking for, but I mean, obviously, it goes a lot further if we know that the commission as a whole supports that.
What's our total budget for fiscal year?
It's about $100,000.
Including you.
Oh, actually, now that it's not. Yeah, I wish I had my budget.
So I can't see it in the last year's annual report.
No, you can't see our total budget in there.
Is your finance meeting on the 17th of December? It's 6:30.
No, it's really,
Why did we December? Don't think before.
but they have special
Oh.
ones when they're putting us on the hot seat.
You know, when they're starting to do budgets, they do it almost every night, right?
I'm sorry, I forgot to sing the deed. So our marketing budget right now is $22,500. And if we get the 10,000 extra, it'd be 32.5, and then obviously the next year 42.5. Right now, we are paying $28,000 a year for our retainer fee with Miranda Creative. That is being covered totally by our ARPA funds. And we have budgeted about $12,000 for digital advertising. Some of that has not always been coming out of our budget because the way it's been working out is like when Starlight comes or when Celebrate Saybrook comes, a lot of our advertising or marketing switches over to those things. And I charge off that to those events, because those events have budgets. So, but in general, that's what we're paying for the marketing services right now.
So Jennifer, when you do your presentation, what do you want from us? What would be helpful?
I mean,
Seats.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but are they gonna know that we're here for EDC?
yeah, I will usually introduce
Yeah.
people and say, you know, here's members of my commission who are here to support, you know, and if anybody has anything to add. It generally is
Yeah,
good to
you might
show
want to
that-
represent
that there's
this has
support
been
from the commission.
the recommendation of the Economic Development Commission,
Yeah.
you know, with the support.
That was a rookie mistake my first year. I saw everyone else came in with their cheering squad and I came by myself. So I learned that lesson back.
Can you get us the dates in advance?
Yeah,
What you're going to say or present, then we can go in
yeah.
as a well-prepared cheering section.
Yeah,
Right.
Well, will you be meeting with them after,
Right.
after our December meeting?
No,
No.
before.
Great.
Oh. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm gonna meet with them to talk about the budget, not for my presentation before the next meeting. That's why I wanted to talk to you guys about that.
Okay. But we should,
About that.
what I'm thinking is we should take a, you know, approve our recommended budget, you know, before you go to the finance committee. So we
Well,
should
the
do that on the 5th, the next meeting, right? In December.
I don't remember when I was.
Our next meeting, December 11th.
December 11th.
I can't remember if my presentation was before or after that. I mean, I think if you, I mean, not a lot of the rest of it is gonna change. It's the same thing. The big thing that's gonna change that we're gonna ask for is where we're gonna need the support is the 10,000 increase in the marketing line. So if we can get the general agreement here, I think that's the most important.
So when you ask for the 10,000 extra dollars, how are you gonna define it for them? I mean, what are you gonna, how are you gonna pull up pieces for that?
I mean, I think the basic thing that we need to explain to them is that we've built up an infrastructure that needs to be supported. It's showing results. And the other thing that I think that people need to start understanding more of is that the way people consume information is changing. And we are not going to be communicating our messages in an effective way if we don't continue to evolve with that. And that even if you get into that more digital realm and that even is changing. Like now people are doing more things that have a little movement in the images or have a little video. That's where you get the most hits. I mean, it's crazy. And all of this is very time consuming. And we need help to do that. And, you know, we know how inundated we all are with information, and people need to see information like 7 times before it gets into their brain. And so if we want our message to get out, we need to be able to have that repetition. We need to be able to have some professional help on the back end to do it. And that isn't just, it doesn't just include people from the outside who are trying to get into town. I really think that includes the people who live in town here.
Absolutely.
I mean, we have 2 audiences, and we have to be giving our message to both of them.
Right, I mean, it's people that we have captive here don't want them to leave and go to Guilford because they offer something better.
Right.
So you want to keep the people you have and bring in new people. So you're gonna ask them for a $10,000 increase on the 22.5.
Mhm.
So I'm sitting on the other side of the table, I'm like, wow, that's a big increase. So we have to justify, if I was the finance guy on the other side, which I was for 40 years.
Yeah.
I would say, 50% increase in your budget, tell me what you're gonna give me back if I invested.
Yeah, and I think marketing is such a sort of forced
Not
kind of thing
measurable
that,
all the time.
right,
Not
yeah,
measurable, like, I get you.
it's easy to cut it and now say, oh, this is just like,
Show me that we had 1,000 people visiting our website at 22.5, and at 32.5, I'm gonna have 50% more, whatever.
and
So
what are
I
they
just think
doing when they
you
get
tailor
here?
your speech to ask them for a big increase, it's easy for them to say no. But we gotta tell them, show them the results of what you got for the 22.5.
Yeah, I think that basically being in sales too, do you really, you always ask for more. You always ask for more, you know this doing business. You ask for more. You know, you want 10, so you ask for 12, you get, they might, that you just negotiating. I mean, some people don't like to play that game.
Yeah, I don't know how the town does that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So they,
So I don't think
or
Carl.
will they
likes that.
say 10's too much, we can give you 5?
Yeah,
Right,
but
because don't you have to go through Carl first?
Yeah, I'll meet with Carly first.
Yeah.
Okay, so he'll say.
Yeah.
He might say it's a big ask.
I
He
don't,
might say
but the other
Right.
thing about the number 10,000 is that if you asked for 11.5, it would feel like a more real number. Right, don't you think?
I do, I think when you're talking $1 million for a house, and you ask, it's a little different, this is small dollar amount, and to your point, if you said, I want 15.5, making an
Yeah.
obscure number, well, 15.5 is a big increase, we'll give you 10. I just think
It's a hard sell.
it is.
Because I have to do it for myself. And I'm probably close to 11,000 a year in market. just for myself. As a real estate agent.
Just, can we bring you in on our meeting?
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, member running the
What
seat.
was it, what was it a year or two ago? Have you increased your marketing budget for yourself over here?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And is that because inflation or because you've seen results? As you spend more money, so you get a wider berth of people?
No, it's more about recognition, name recognition, and people realizing that I'm still in the business. Like, I'm gonna be on the shopping carts at Big Y starting in January.
Hmm.
And that's probably 5,000 a year,
At all Big Y, or just the one?
just one in Old Saybrook.
Wow.
And that is just so people, when they're shopping, they see that I'm in real estate. I will not get any business from that, but I will talk to someone in a restaurant or at SIP or wherever I am, and they say, I recognize you. And they'll know me from either from Harvard News or from
you
the
threw the eggs
shopping
on me.
I may have sent them a postcard.
You don't get it.
Because no one comes up and says,
The reason
I
I came
came
to
to you is because you were on a shopping cart.
and I think, I absolutely think it's not a big number that Carl will try to cut you down. Maybe an obscure ask is not a bad thought. And we're not asking for $22 million or,
Right.
you know, he has an excess of 4 million in his budget last year, so we like it. Now it's nickels dimes, lost in the round. I still think we want to justify this.
Yeah, so one of the ways that we've talked about justifying it in the past is comparing it to the marketing budgets of other similar sized towns. And so our marketing company is able to verify, you know, that we're moving to the ballpark of that. And then the other thing is we have some real anecdotal evidence for the first time about the effects of our efforts. We have businesses on Main Street telling us that foot traffic is up. Their sales are up 20% year over year.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. And then, you know, we do have the actual hard data for how many hits we're getting on the website. Some of it won't necessarily be me promising an increase in that. What we're talking about is we've had an influx of this ARPA money and we're getting great results. If you want to maintain these continued results supporting our business community, then we need to raise our budget.
So these first two increases are to make up for losing the
Yeah.
ARPA dollars.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that we
You know,
should at least let them know that this is not brand new money. It is replacing money that we
Right.
got through the ARPA funds over a 3-year period.
And when those ARPA funds run out, when do they run out?
December
26th.
26th.
So after that, who's gonna fund total marketing budget? Carl is.
Well, we had a marketing budget before the ARPA funds.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he got a break. The town's budget got a break when we got the ARPA funds.
No, we just didn't, we just increased it.
We
We
increased
kept our
Yeah.
ARPA funds.
we increased it.
Okay.
We've been building this
how
marketing
we've
program
done it.
over the past 3 years, so, yeah.
The ARPA funds, before we switched over to just using them more for, it is to build some infrastructure that maybe it would have been a harder sell.
Right.
You know, we didn't have to go before the Board of Finance and say, we want $8,000 to build a website. It was part of our business and marketing plan. We got the 100,000 and we got to use it as we see fit.
Right.
And it was to build, some of that stuff was, you know, a one-time bill. It
Sure.
does have the maintenance cost, but, so we tried to do that.
But Miranda should also be able to help us show some differences in what we've accomplished over the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
That's-
a great idea.
She needs to be able to produce something that we can hand to people that aren't gonna understand it.
Yeah, and the other thing too is the $10,000 or whatever number you come up with. Can you just like break it out a little bit instead of saying for infrastructure, like we anticipate $4,500 going for that and another 3,000 for this. So it's just a little bit more concrete.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell them how much costs us for digital advertising, I can tell them how much it costs for, you
Right.
know,
Yeah,
marketing
that's what we
services.
usually do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like, yeah.
I mean, I think the other thing is that unless you do this, you have no idea how much it costs. Like,
Right.
I mean, I was even talking to the guy who does all the marketing for the historical society, and he was like, you know, I need help. And he was telling me like, so how are you selling it? You know, what can I tell
Right.
my people, and like, what's a realistic number? Because it's hard to tell people that number because they're like, you don't get it until you have to do it.
Yeah.
And, you know, to your point, there aren't always hard and fast numbers and things to back it up.
Not
It
tangible,
isn't,
right.
yes.
Marketing is not a tangible thing.
Yeah.
But I think Nick's point is a good one. If Miranda can give you 1 or 2 or 3 simple bullet points, say, last year Old Saybrook was here with this marketing effort. They're here now. Look at that. You know, it doesn't have to be dramatic. It just can show Carl and the Board of Finance. There is a return on our investment.
Well, the other
And then
thing
your
was,
anecdotal stuff.
remember when she was here last month doing the quarterly report and she told us about the 2 searches she had done?
Right.
And we were right up at the top. And those were messages that we had said were goals that we wanted to get out. And the algorithms were showing that we were getting that message out.
But it requires consistency.
Yeah.
And as soon as they stop funding it, we slip and we fall back to where we were.
Right, and then you have to.
Yeah.
Spend a whole bunch more money to get back up to where you want to be.
Right.
Correct.
It's easier to keep maintaining than to
Yes.
rebuild.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that 20% increase in retail sales or however they described it, that's really impressive.
Yeah.
Capitalize on America 250.
Yeah.
$3 are gonna go in there. So the opportunity for us to grow, bring people in, money in, is right in front of us. And we have to spend a little bit to make a little.
And do they understand that Starlight Festival has its own budget and Celebrate Saybrook has its own budget?
I mean, it's in the budget, so
Okay.
hopefully they do, but I mean, certainly can reiterate.
Because is that part of your purview or is that someone else doing that?
Those budgets are not technically in the economic development
Okay.
area, but I mean, because I'm a chair on both of those committees, I
Yep.
mean, I approve a lot of bills.
Just because you want them to realize that you get money outside of for those programs.
Mhm.
Just gotta sell more sponsorship to those programs, so.
Yeah, I know. We do. Okay, I'll work on getting some more concrete statistics, and I'm pretty sure that I can't remember if this meeting happens before or after that, but either way, I could still share whatever I'm planning, because I have to do a PowerPoint for it, and then, you know, if people have critiques, whether we're meeting or not, feel free to send it here. I don't think that's out of the realm of communication.
All right.
So I'm sorry, there's the Board of Finance looking at the calendar on the 2nd, December 2nd. You think that's it?
No, it's not happening. I have heart attack.
Our meeting
I
is
mean,
the
it's tough
11th.
enough for me that it's in December. Everyone else gets to go in January except
Oh,
for
you're
me and
kidding.
IT. I don't know why, but
Yeah. And December's your busy month, a busy month for you.
Next, item on the agenda is the business video series and networking event.
okay, so just to recap from the last meeting where we talked about in our last year to make the push to the top of the pyramid of need, which we talked about having a pivot and selecting several businesses to do a little video of, and then perhaps have another, business networking event like we hosted with Kate and do the preview of the video there. Since the last meeting, I have talked to the Kate. We talked here about maybe making it coincide with Small Business Week, which is the 6th, the 3rd through the 9th of May. And when I talked to Brett Elliott, he was open to doing another event there. And in May, he had available the 7th or the 19th, with a preference on his end for the 19th. So I guess I wanted to talk with you guys about whether or not you thought it was a big deal to not be right in Small Business Week, or like a week or so off. I mean, I can push for the 7th, or we could just do the 19th.
When you
I
get
don't know
into
about that.
graduation.
Yeah,
and
I feel like the-
Days as
yeah.
you get into.
The focus this month is small businesses on the 7th and on the 19th.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, unless you guys had a strong feeling, I mean, the 19th would buy us another week, I guess, on the top, but-
I don't think it matters.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, nobody has a strong feeling, then I'll work with Fred to see what works best for him. So then moving on with that, I talked with Marnie at Miranda Creative, and I said, let's backpedal from the date of the event. Where do we need to be when to make all this happen? She said by February, we should have our theme that we're going for and sort of the look that we're going for. In March, we should have testimonials, like, and the videos produced so that in April, they can make the collateral and to start promoting for May. So it's coming up faster than we think, is my point. We basically have December and January to, in my mind, kind of take a look at the mix of vacancies we have. And also the mix of businesses we have, maybe identify some clusters, and most importantly, pick the businesses and vet them that we would like to profile. So I'm happy to start gathering all that information. And either I can tap the marketing subcommittee, or if there are other people who have a specific interest in being part of this and helping to pick the businesses. I mean, of course, we'll come before the full committee, sort of like we do with, when we, every 3 years when we do the awards thing. But if there's anybody who has a particular interest in helping with this or being part of the initial vetting before we come before the whole committee. Yeah, okay.
I'll help out.
Sounds, I can help. I'm not sure. This is good, yeah, like, I'm interested in it, but it's like, ooh,
Yeah, it's a
Like-
lot, but,
I'll probably still be in physical therapy.
I did also just do a quick, I ran into, one of the women from Ascend Bank and sort of said, hey, we've got something maybe coming up soon that they have in the past, really wanted to partner with us. I think this would be a good opportunity for them to partner with us. They have some new, a new quick small business loan program that they're trying to promote. So, I think they would be a great sponsor. And, I think that, we should think about also what else we might want to put in the program.
Count me in.
Okay,
Absolutely, love to be part of it.
okay. right, so, January, December and January, then I think, we move forward with that, and I'll get a little note out to everybody, about maybe some of the initial stuff, and then we can talk about if we need to get together, or we want to just have like a video call or something like that. Perfect.
Okay, are we moving to old business? I believe. Starlight Festival?
Just if anybody wants to help promote it, happy to give you some of my stuff.
Mhm.
The Heroes Tree Lighting is on Friday night instead of, I don't know if they said that already.
Oh, no.
Friday night instead of following this event this year.
So it's something.
Yeah,
What's the date of it?
the Starlight Festival is the sixth.
I mean, the tree lighting, is that,
The Heroes Tree is at 5 on
Right, okay.
the December 5th at 5. So we're gonna sort of, because we're not gonna have that tree lighting, when Santa leaves, we're gonna have him like flip the switch to light the big tree in front of town hall. So. We're having Clydesdale horses this year. I think it'll be pretty.
At the Starlight Festival? Nice.
Yeah, they're gonna
They-
pull the wagon this year.
They stay, the Clydesdale stayed at my girlfriend's farm. She has a big farm. It is impressive. It is like the most well-oiled machine. To watch them get all the equipment out.
Yeah.
And everything, there isn't a speck of dirt on it.
Huh.
It is amazing.
Huh.
It is amazing. That's
Yeah.
good. That is really good.
Yeah.
That should be advertised a lot, Starlight. You put Budweiser horses are gonna be down here. I can't even tell you how many. It's huge.
Well, I can't advertise them as Budweiser horses because we've been failing stores and we'll have my head on the
I
flower.
actually drove to Anheuser-Busch.
I can't say Clydesdale.
So I went to
The
Ford
Clydesdale.
and Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah.
They are unbelievable,
Mhm.
unbelievably big
Yeah.
and docile.
And everybody loves their commercials, the Super Bowl commercials.
Oh, yeah.
They are one,
Yeah.
they are iconic American.
they really are.
They really are. It's. Oh, well, we can't say.
But whose Clydesdales are they? They're just regular Clydesdales? No name Clydesdale?
Like farm.
Oh.
They're good, they're nice.
Yeah.
They do a lot of that stuff, yeah.
Hmm.
I thought.
No. Family event.
Those guys are very, those guys are very nice.
We have 14 restaurants participating in our special this year though, and a lot of them are doing really fancy fun drinks and some of them are giving veteran and military discounts, and some of them are giving like, little food discounts. And we have a couple new ones this year who are participating for the first time, so I think that's pretty good showing, and I'm gonna try and call out the restaurants a little bit, so that we can, we're really trying to extend the time people want to stay, have lunch, have dinner.
Right.
Friday and Saturday now, since we're having 2 events and such, so. Anyway. That's it. Talked about piano,
Well, the piano just needs, that thing that, all the music,
yeah.
Oh,
still not attached.
I don't know what happened to the attachment, and the guy who tuned it said he had something and he was gonna fix it, but then he didn't, so. I guess I have to look up what he needed.
music
Do you
stand.
want
or
to
something.
call that?
Yeah. I mean, I go by and I make sure it looks good. Sometimes I'll put it more at an angle, so it's definitely staying back there, 'cause I'm like,
Is it like a little, they call them piano,
oh.
hinges that go right along the bottom of it?
It's the part that it's the fancy scroll work where you put your music.
Yeah,
on.
but is there,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, but is there
There is
Yeah.
a little,
is there a hinge on it that goes
No.
across the bottom?
There
Maybe that's
was, but-
that's what's missing.
But we don't know what happened to it,
Yeah,
and
no,
we
I-
don't.
and it wasn't there when we put the coats on it too.
Hmm.
Cause we
Yeah.
could take it off and we,
Yeah.
dangled it to put the extra.
So it's your fault.
No, it was already gone.
So I play it every time I go by it. Just, a few notes, which are
For his girlfriend. I was like, oh, that's so sweet.
So people are still using it even.
Yeah.
Oh, Um,
So can the piano stay out for the Starlight Festival, or do you think that's too late?
I was thinking of having it out for the Starlight
Yeah.
Festival and then putting it away. Yeah,
That sounds good.
after that. I didn't hire anyone to play it. I originally was thinking of doing that, but I haven't. But I can, if people feel strongly about that. I do have carolers.
That could be fun to have someone play
Sing
Christmas
that.
music.
He was
Somebody
good.
else.
I mean, he
I
very
mean, I think he
personable.
did a good job.
Yeah.
He does
Yeah.
Christmas music. I mean, I don't know how long he's gonna play for.
Well, I can just reach out to him again and ask him.
All right.
if he's any
So-
interest.
What's our
It's a bit
schedule? It's
favorable
one,
time, then
what
other
was it,
people
1
can-
to 5 last year? Is it gonna be the same,
The town green activities are 1 to 4.
1 to 4?
The stocking walk is 10 to 5, up and down Main Street. And I'm counting the carolers from 2 to 4. 2 to 4 the carolers.
So where'd you find the carolers?
I got them last year. They're online. They dress in the Victorian garb. They're really good. They're professional singers. So maybe before the carolers.
I was gonna say, so what time?
So like 1 to 2 or
Okay,
12 to 2, whatever,
okay.
depending
I'll
on how much
reach
it
out to him.
costs.
Right, yeah. I bartered with him last time,
Yeah.
so,
But it's gonna be cold.
yeah.
It's not gonna be nice. It was so hot the day we
I
did the
know.
piano. I was dying. Like have a meltdown. I couldn't believe it. Oh my lord. But it was a beautiful day. Website, I have nothing new to report.
Okay. And there's nothing to report on advisory groups.
I have one question. That, tomorrow, 10 o'clock, are we still doing that
Rivercog,
River Cog Main Street
Yes.
virtual?
Mhm.
Now, do you want us here or did you want us?
You can just zoom right in from
Okay.
your own computer. I
Okay.
think that's probably easier
I
for
plan on being
everyone.
on that one.
Yeah. And, you know, I have no idea exactly what they're gonna cover, but, they did say that they thought it would be helpful to them if we had teams with one coming in. And we have I think a lot of experience in this compared to other towns at this point, so we can probably really add to the conversation. But no guarantees, I am not running the meeting, so,
Okay.
but I appreciate, you know, the support that everyone's giving, and I think Chris Costa is gonna be using it too, so.
I have to double check, make sure I have the Zoom in numbers somewhere.
It's in the end.
Okay, nothing from advisory committee, and I have no comment. But if anybody else has anything to add, if not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Yeah.
I'll second it. So we have our name for a lot.
We need to change that up, because somebody could see doctoring up the minutes. It's always you.
Or it's just Erica and myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so